Gespräch mit Kolai. Okay, also hier raus. Okidoki, das heißt hier irgendwo ist eine Abzweigung dann. Alles klar. Manchmal dann eine Abzweigung wird zu zwei Endings führen dann, beziehungsweise eine weitere Abzweigung dann eben halt zu einem Endings und noch einmal das gleiche dann für die andere. So, also oben, ne? Dann würde ich sagen, wir sehen uns dann, wenn ich den richtigen Dialog gefunden habe, ne? Bis gleich. Okay, da werden wir über das Gemeinschaftsprojekt der Baulehre. Da haben wir eine neue Route.
Kainari's told you about this before, but while my research involves learning about ruins and the mechanisms within them, I
Yes.
don't belong to Ksharawar, which specializes in researching mechanisms, nor am I in Spontamod, which specializes in researching energy flow. Instead, I'm part of Haravatat, which specializes in languages and scripts.
Er hat nur gesagt, dass du eine Meisterin der Vorrichtungen bist.
She has been invited to Ksharawar multiple times to continue her research, but she's rejected them each time.
Oh.
Just listen to how they introduce themselves. In the future, Ksharawar will be the only Darshan with the ability to research mechanisms. There's no such thing as exclusivity in knowledge. Besides, the current Ksharawar is more concerned about how mechanisms can be used in everyday life, while my research involves textual analysis of ruins.
No.
If they're trying to use the collaborative project as an excuse to have me reconsider again...
No, that's not it. The request this time is from Akara Crafts. The representative of Ksharawar recommended you to them, Madame Faruzan. In truth, she told me that it's because she respects you a lot.
Oh, okay.
Oh, respect? Oh, my. Putting aside my ideological differences with Ksharawar, I suppose I must acknowledge this attitude of theirs. At the very least, they're bounds above those decrepit Haravatat fools.
Warum müsste die Sache mit dem Gemeinschaftsprojekt nicht erstmal einmal an?
Yeah, Akara Crafts is a pretty nice shop. Since both of you feel as such, I shall first hear this proposal.
In summary, Akara Crafts wants to design a series of early learning toys that will cultivate curiosity and learning in children.
Early learning toys.
The academia agreed to work with them because they hope that these toys can help children become excellent researchers in the future.
True. The current academia is in need of some new blood. If the children start learning now, perhaps I can find some talented students in a few years.
Vielleicht.
Madame Faruzan, you still haven't found any students?
Anise, Ksharowar's representative, should be staying in the inn at Port Ormos. If you want more details, you can find her there.
Okay.
Port Ormos? Now there's a place I haven't been to in a long time. I wonder how much it's changed.
Wahrscheinlich ganz viel.
Probably can't join you since Port Ormos is a little far from here. I should probably go back and report to Master, and then review today's homework.
Okay.
No worries. Go do your homework, Kale. Once I'm done with everything here, I'll head over to Pardistii.
Ich kann dich hinbringen.
Thank you. Why, I'd even call this a rare chance for a curious researcher like myself to observe the legendary traveler up close.
Okay, das heißt jetzt, Unterschied ist, dass wir halt nicht mit der Rede Lehre und den alten Texten nachgehen dafür, also den Sage nehmen über Antara und ich weiß jetzt auch mal nicht den Namen richtig, sondern jetzt nach Port Ormos gehen und dort eben ja auf die Suche machen nach Anis. Ich bin gespannt, wie Faruzan wird reagieren, denn hier wird wahrscheinlich ganz viel anders sein im Vergleich zu vor 100 Jahren. So, da werden wir.
Madame Faruzan! Oh, it's really you. Did you change your mind?
All right, calm down. Let me be clear. I'm still not all that interested in Ksharawar. I'm just here to see how the project is going. After all, you're here as representatives of the academia in this collaboration. The reputation of all research is at stake here, so I will not simply stand by should mistakes get made.
Either way, it's good that you were willing to come.
Meine Nase läuft. Hilfe.
Now, we've given Akara Crafts many ideas over the past couple of days. However, their owner thinks that our designs are too complicated, which will drive production costs too far up.
Okay.
That's expected. Students who have never had to deal with budgetary constraints probably don't understand how important it is to keep costs low. How enviable. Oh,
Könnte es sein, dass dein
If
Forschungsprojekt...
you join the Kasharawar, your budget will be as big as you want it to be. I guarantee it.
That's enough. I will not repeat myself. Take me to a Kara Crafts owner first, if you please.
Okay.
All right. He's usually at the slope up ahead recruiting volunteers to test out his toys. Let's just head over.
Okay. So. Dann gehen wir zu mal diesen Typen. Ich bin sehr gespannt, was für eine Richtung das hier sich entwickelt. Ich nehme an, es geht wahrscheinlich in zwei Richtungen. Einerseits, dass Faruzan teilnimmt oder einerseits Faruzan nicht. Oder Faruzan nimmt teil, aber es geht in zwei Richtungen mit, sie lernt es so oder sie lernt es so. So. Irgendwas in dem Dings.
Mondu, the one I recommended is here.
Oh, so you're, Madam Faruzan?
Yes, that's me.
Ah, wonderful. We haven't been able to make any progress on our collaboration recently.
Okay.
We've made many suggestions, but Miss Anis thought that those ideas were too simple and wouldn't be effective in training the mind.
These early learning toys are meant to help the academia train future researchers, after all. If they're too simple, then how are they any different from regular toys?
Ja, okay.
But if they're too complicated, not only will they be expensive to produce considering our production capabilities, but they won't have much broad appeal to Sumeru's children either.
So the design can't be too complicated, but it can't be too easy to play with either.
Yep.
I remember that in your notes, many contraptions have managed to fulfill complex functions despite using simple parts. Maybe we can do something similar with these early learning toys.
Maybe.
The contraptions in my notes. I didn't create those. I simply took the contraptions in the ruins apart and analyzed them.
Huh.
But now that you mention it, the ruins did have things like that. Do you have a pen, paper, and scissors? I'll make a paper prototype.
Okay.
You have an idea already? I suppose I should have expected as much of a respected academia senior researcher. We do have those. Yes, please, help yourself.
Faruzan beginnt zu zeichnen und auszuschneiden. Okay. Ich bin mal gespannt.
Oh, you're done already?
Was ist das? Okay.
Let me explain. These 3 thick lines represent 3 poles.
Ja.
These paper strips of varying lengths represent rings of different sizes. They can be slotted onto the poles and stacked up like a tower.
Okay.
Well, that is easier to make than I expected. So, how is this game played?
That's very simple as well. You just need to shift the tower from this pole to another pole.
Okay.
Isn't this a little too simple? Even by the standards of an early learning toy, I mean.
Yep.
Of course, when moving each ring, the paper strips in this case, you must follow one rule. You can only move one ring at a time, and you can't place a bigger ring on top of a smaller one. It's like building a tower. The rings in the 3 poles must be stacked from big to small. I named this toy Pagoda Stack.
Pagoda stack.
Huh.
That sounds way too simple. Even I feel like it's missing something.
Give it a try and you'll find out if it's simple or not. I heard from Anis that you find volunteers to try out the toys, right? Why don't we do the same for this game?
Okay.
It's such a simple toy. There's no need to...
Mondu, let's just do as she says.
Okay, then.
Mode holt die Freiwilligen herbei und Faruzan erklärt die Regeln.
And that's how you play this game. You can all give it a try. Let's see who's able to move the tower to another pole in the smallest number of steps.
Okay.
You called everyone here for such a simple toy?
It doesn't look like it'll take that many steps.
Come on, we all promised to help Mr. Momdu test out the new toys. He said he'd give us new Genius Invocation TCG cards.
Also für neue Karten.
Ugh, fine. Let's get this over and done with so we can head back and play cards.
Die Kinder beginnen Stapelturm zu spielen.
Done. It took me 19 steps.
Huh? It took me over 20 steps.
I only needed 18 steps.
Not bad. Looks like you're all familiar with the rules now.
Huh.
Then let's increase the difficulty. The next tower will be 5 layers tall. Now then, give it a shot.
Ui. Okay, das wird doch jetzt schwierig.
Wait, there's more?
Well, since we're already here, why don't we just give it a try?
An extra layer shouldn't make it that much harder, right?
Sehen wir jetzt. Und?
What's going on? I've already moved over 30 steps, but I'm
Oi.
still not done yet.
I'm almost done. Looks like I'm the faster one this time.
Done! It took me 35 steps.
Jesus.
What? How?
This pagoda stack toy is pretty fun to play with.
Ha, funktioniert also gut.
We'll try it one final time. This time, we'll add 2 more layers, making 7 layers in total.
Oh Gott. Oh Gott.
Mamdu, we've still got quite a few paper strips here. Why don't you give this a go as well?
Do you need that many steps for something this simple? Let me try.
Madam Faruzan, allow me to try it as well.
Okay.
You were looking at it quite seriously just now. Are you starting to understand the principles involved?
I think so.
If you want to test out your hypothesis, you'll just have to play and find out.
Got it.
Ah, we don't have enough paper strips left for you, Traveler. However, by the looks of things, you seem to have the game figured out.
So gut wie.
Why don't you guess what the lowest number of steps needed to solve a 7-layer pagoda stack is?
Boah, keine Ahnung. 127, 136, 108 Züge. Ach, der erste war 18. Und der zweite hat 35, 35, also das ist fast das Doppelte dann. Oh, 108 Züge, 100 Züge, 136, ich nehme für das.
What a shame. You were close. However, you did
Okay.
well for someone seeing pagoda stack for the first time.
Okay,
Let's see how well they do then.
okay. Nach einer Weile. Ja, das kann ich mir gut vorstellen, dass das eine Weile sich zieht.
If I move this small ring, then the big one won't be able to go on top of it. Oh, this is going to take more steps than I expected.
I've lost count of how many steps I've taken. Can I restart?
Natürlich.
This got a lot harder.
I solved it. Madam
127.
Faruzan, it takes 127 steps in total.
That many? But there are only 7 layers.
For every extra layer in the pagoda stack, the move order you need to consider becomes much more complex, and the number of steps required will at least double.
More
Yeah.
accurately, it will require double the steps, plus
Plus-
1
ah,
each
okay.
time.
Okay.
You did well. You didn't underestimate the principles behind it just because it's an early learning toy.
Okay.
The complexity of any given contraption isn't determined by the number of parts it has. The way the parts interact and the rules behind how it operates are important too.
Oh, I see. No wonder you emphasized in your notes that no contraption should ever be underestimated.
I see. So even a simple toy can become complex with the right set of rules.
Yep.
That's right. The rules used for pagoda stack are the simplest kind when it comes to ancient contraption-making techniques.
Etwas.
I could spend some time picking out all those machines that do something similar and write you a reference book. Once that happens, you can give the volunteers the reference book and paper prototypes and find out which toy is the most popular.
Okay.
Do you have any other toys?
Yeah, when can we play with them?
Scheint gut an, das
In
Ganze.
about 2 days or so, I think. Anise, if you're free, can you help me with the illustrations for the reference book?
Of course. I'd be honored.
2 days should be enough for us to find more volunteers. Then we can organize a huge conference here, at which we can announce which toy we'll be making.
Okay, dann komme ich in 2 Tagen wieder.
You'd be most welcome. We need more people to get a healthy range of opinions. The more, the merrier.
Okay.
Thank you for coming here with me today. I'll walk back with you.
Okay. Ja, das scheint ja gut funktioniert zu haben. Und verlasse Obus. Okay, tschüssi. Ui. Hallo.
I'll be going then. Say hi to Tainari and Kale for me if you can. Once everything here is settled, I'll make my
Entschuldigung.
way over to Pardis DI as quickly as I can.
Übrigens über die Baulehre.
You want to ask why I'm unwilling to join them, yes?
Yep.
Putting aside the fact that they're too full of themselves, I actually have no issue with their research methodologies and approach.
Aber
After all, knowledge is either right or wrong. Superiority and inferiority do not come into the conversation. All researchers are just doing their best to shed light on the unknown in their respective fields of expertise.
Ja.
No matter what corner of the unknown they shed light on, it's a step forward for us all.
Warum möchtest du dich dann ihnen nicht anschließen?
Because I believe wholeheartedly in that principle.
Okay.
Even if the others call my research useless, as long as the knowledge I gain from it is accurate, it could become useful in the future. In the end, useful and useless are concepts that shouldn't be used to evaluate knowledge. When I first started deciphering ancient documents, I didn't think about how it'd be useful to Ksharawar. That's why there's no need for me to join them to do useful research. I'd rather stay in Haravatat. It's much more convenient for me to access the materials I need for my research here. Still, the funding that Ksharawar has offered me is so hard to get in Haravatat.
Huh.
Perhaps if this collaborative project goes smoothly, I can even ignore Haravatat and ask for a higher budget directly from the academia.
Vielleicht, ja. Über das Gemeinschaftsprojekt.
Oh, I could come up with lots of ideas. With Anissa's help, 2 days will be enough for our work. However, I'm still undecided as to the style of the reference book's text and illustrations.
Okay. Möglichst ausführlich und detailgetreu, möglichst verständlich und interessant. Ah, das ist schon wieder neue Dings, die ich sehe. Okay. Möglichst ausführlich und detailgetreu, glaube ich.
Right. Explanations are a core part of early developments, too. By using detailed and accurate illustrations, we can impart knowledge more effectively. It would also make it easier for me to recruit students. Thank you. I'll take your opinion into account. See you in 2 days.
Yes, sir. Okay. Und warte 2 Tage. Wer hätte es gedacht? Natürlich muss jetzt wieder alles laufen. So. Ein Tag und naja, nächster. Okay. So, übermorgen. Hallo, da sind wir eigentlich. Natürlich um 1 Uhr nachts. Da testen wir es natürlich alle, weil Logik. So, hallo.
Oh, you're here. We're just starting to set up the venue.
Okay.
We've called up everyone we possibly could have. This is going to be quite the event.
My masterpiece is going to be exhibited after all. Let's see what the academia shall say about it this time.
Yep. Die Präsentation wird pompös eröffnet. Okay.
To sum up, the 24 forms of pressure-based puzzle mechanisms were used in various ruins. All right, let's go to the next page. Now, I'll explain the base layer design of elemental monuments.
Ich komme mir vor wie in der Schule.
Are we done yet? Oh, I'm falling asleep.
I don't understand any of it at all.
Nacht.
Are these really toys?
They sound a bit too dangerous to buy for children.
Oh,
Well, we've prepared paper prototypes for everyone. If you're interested in the mechanisms Madame Faruzan's talked about, you're more than welcome to try them out.
Oh, this is no fun. Can I try another toy?
I want to go home and play Genius Invocation TCG.
forget it. I don't think anyone would be interested.
I should go home and take care of my children.
Die Präsentation endet enttäuschend. Na, schade.
How did this happen? Forget about getting opinions from others. No one even wanted to stay and try them out.
I'm sorry. I think we miscalculated.
Ich muss mich auch entschuldigen.
No, you simply gave suggestions. I was the one who decided to follow through. Anise, too, was only following my instructions. I will find a way to make up for this error. Please, give me some time. I'll write another reference book.
Okay.
Excuse me, but are you the one who wrote this reference book?
Huh.
Yes. Who are you?
Ah, you're that man mountain who was in the crowd just now.
Ein
Do I stand
Interessierter.
out that much? Well, I guess I don't look like someone who'd have anything to do with toys. Let me introduce myself. I'm Kamal. the branch master of Sumeru's Adventurers Guild.
Okay.
What's the branch master doing here? Were you looking for us, or did something happen?
I came to Port Ormos to visit some old friends. On the way over, I saw the booklet you were handing out, so I came to take a look.
Okay.
Can you print a few more copies of this booklet and sell them to the Adventurers Guild? Also, could you make full-fledged models of those paper prototypes and sell them to us as well?
What does the Adventurers Guild want with these toys?
You may see them as toys, but to adventurers who need to deal with all sorts of machines and contraptions within ancient ruins, this booklet is a true treasure.
Huh.
We have many members who can't read, so books are of little use to them. What they know of handling mechanisms has been learned solely through word of mouth.
Okay.
Even if the academia granted public access to all their books, there are people who can't use them.
Ah, and our booklet is practically all pictures.
Yep.
Well, it is designed for children.
It might be a bit too difficult for children, but it's perfect for adventurers. Also, those paper strips, you called them paper prototypes? If you can make wooden versions for demonstration purposes, even the most illiterate person would be able to follow along and understand.
Ah, das ist ja wirklich
If
praktisch.
we can supply a model set for each branch, and if each adventurer carries a booklet with them, then ruin exploration will become much safer.
You really think so? I mean, yes. I always knew it. Knowledge will always be needed, one way or another.
Making models of contraptions for the Adventurers Guild? To be honest, that sounds like a good avenue to explore to me.
Geht das für die Akademie in Ordnung?
We'll probably have to send in a separate application, but it shouldn't be an issue.
Nee, wahrscheinlich im Gegenteil, ne?
After all, this concerns safety during the exploration of ruins. It's a problem that the academia is actually trying to address as well.
Voilà. Und
Then
dann.
let's cut to the chase and discuss the details of our first order. The amount we're offering to pay in advance is this much.
Okay, nice. Wissen ist Reichtum. Alles Wissen hat seinen Nutzen. Okay, das hat also geklappt. Okay, wir hatten zwar nicht das eigentliche Publikum, was wir wollten, eben halt nicht erstaunen, aber halt erwischen sozusagen hinbekommen. Ist das erreicht. Aber wir haben die Abenteuergilde damit angelockt. Das ist nicht schlecht. Und jetzt sind wir hier. So, hier. Okay, warum muss ich die Stunden gewinnen? So, ja. Über das Gemeinschaftsprojekt, so. Möglichst verständlich und interessant, so.
If no one understands the reference book, it doesn't matter how detailed it is.
Yeah.
It's better to make it simpler and fun so that children will be interested in the subject. It'll also make it easier for me to recruit students in the long run.
Yep.
Thank you. I'll take your opinion into account. See you in 2 days.
Auch nicht schon wieder. Okay, dann wartet. So. Heute, morgen, übermorgen. So, wieder um 1 Uhr nachts. 1:45. Nice. Aua. Okay. So. Dann hoch geht's hier. Und ich bin gespannt, ob wir jetzt die Kinder anlocken können und unsere eigentliche Zielgruppe erwischen. Und nicht wieder die Abenteuergilde diesmal.
Oh,
So.
you're here. We're just starting to set up the venue.
Okay.
We've called up everyone we possibly could have. This is going to be quite the event.
Das kann ich mir
My
vorstellen.
masterpiece is going to be exhibited after all. Let's see what the academia shall say about it this time.
Yep. Die Präsentation wird pompös eröffnet. Okay, so wie vorhin.
And if we activate this little mechanism just like that, a Sumeru rose will appear at the top of the cane.
Okay.
Oh, I see. I thought it came out of thin air. It's amazing.
If the mechanism was bigger, you could make a rabbit appear, right?
Then you can't use a cane. Could you switch it out with a hat or something?
You're applying what you learned creatively. Not bad. Let's look at the next page. If you fold an origami bird like this, it'll fly further and more stably.
Whoa. You can make a mechanism using just a piece of paper?
The principles at play are even more important than the parts that make up a mechanism.
Okay.
These are pretty cool. I'm tempted to try them out.
I'm not that interested in toys, but if they'll be beneficial for children's development.
Everyone, we have paper prototypes and craft materials that you can use to make your own toys. Come try them out.
This is such a well-prepared event. I'll give it a go.
But we want to play too!
It's fine. We have a lot of paper prototypes and craft materials. All feedback is also welcomed.
Okay, scheint gut zu klappen. Die lebhafte Präsentation geht weiter. Nice.
Oh, my origami bird flew further this time.
Professor Faruzan, how can I make mine fly further?
Ahem. Just madam will do. Maybe in the future, you may indeed get the chance to call me Professor. You may wish to pay attention to these few details. Here, for example. All right. Try it again.
Wow! It really did fly farther!
Madam Faruzan, will we learn origami at the academia?
Ich glaube leider nicht.
Of course you will. If you become a researcher, you can explore any field you like to your heart's content. In the future, if you want, you can even become one of my students.
But Mom and Dad said that there are 6 Darshans in the academia. Wait, was it 7?
Ich glaube
Which
6.
Darshan teaches about mechanisms in origami?
Well, in this case, it wouldn't be Haravatat.
I know. We need to choose Kasharawar.
Huh?
I want to attend Kasharawar in the future and fold even better origami birds.
I want to make even more awesome mechanisms!
Uh-oh.
Actually, the other Darshans do have their own specialties, too. For example, Haravatat specializes in... Pay attention, children. Children?
Das Spielzeug scheint ein großer Erfolg zu sein.
How did this happen?
What if we end up in a Darshan we don't like? Does that mean that we won't get to learn about the things we do like?
No, that won't happen. Take me, for example. I'm a researcher from Haravatat, but I research mechanisms, see? The only person able to restrict your curiosity as a researcher is you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Not really.
Huh. It's all right. You still have a long road ahead of you. Now, do you want to learn about some other machines? Let me tell you a story about pressure-based mechanisms and elemental monuments.
Okay. Und das war... Oh. Gärtnerin und ihre Baumschule. Solange du Freunde am Streben nach Wissen hast, spielt es keine Rolle, ob du bei mir oder bei jemand anderen studierst. Aber willst du dir es nicht noch einmal überlegen? Kurse oder Redelehre sind auch sehr interessant. Okay. Ich würde sagen, hier beende ich dann mal die Folge fürs Erste. Wir sehen uns dann nächstes Mal bei der Faruzan Quest wieder, wo wir dann die letzten 2 Aufträge uns, 2 Endings gönnen. Das müsste dann nur noch der Teil unten sein. Ist auf jeden Fall sehr gut vorangekommen, das freut mich sehr. So, hier, erster Akt. Also nur noch hier der Weg unten, sonst hier oben haben wir alles. Also, ist auf jeden Fall sehr gut gelungen. Ich meine, die Ausgänge hier im Reiseprotokoll sieht sehr nice aus. Die 2 müssen wir noch freischalten, aber es kommt dann nächste Folge. Dann danke fürs Zuschauen und wir sehen uns dann beim nächsten Mal. Tschö!
You still have a long road ahead of you. Now, do you want to learn about some other machines? Let me tell you a story about pressure-based mechanisms and elemental monuments.